I believe the biggest reason most people don't reach financial independence is because they were never given a step-by-step guide. The general advice that gets pushed is get a good job, save 10% of your paycheck, work hard living in a nice house until you're 65 when you're ready to retire and too old to enjoy it. Luckily, I heard a great story about my uncle and it changed my life forever. My great uncle stopped working in his early 40s because of his real estate investments and every day did exactly what he wanted to do, even while raising 3 kids. For you, financial independence might mean more traveling or completely switching careers and starting all over, but in something you are super passionate about. But the trouble is so many people are getting suckered in get-rich-quick schemes, especially on social media, like make $1 million day trading in 1 year or make multiple 6 figures in less than 6 months selling online courses. Why? Because that's what sells. It sounds so much easier than the reality. Now, I started with $600 in my bank account, graduating from school with 5 figures of student loan debt. I hustled my butt off, saving and investing in stocks and real estate to make my first million by 35 years old, where I finally had the courage to quit my engineering job. Now, there's one thing I wish someone would have given me, a financial independence roadmap. It would have shaved years off my journey. And that's why I want to share with you this step-by-step guide. Now, this step-by-step plan was inspired by the book Be Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's all about emphasizing building a vision, building a plan, taking massive action, and doing things that most people won't so that you can live a life that most people can't. So if you want to live an exceptional life, you got to take extraordinary action. There's no shortcut to it. Sure, you might be lucky and win the lottery or land a big inheritance, but for most people, it requires a lot of hard work to build multiple streams of income. And that's because you're super, super committed to reaching financial independence. Step 1. Build a vision. Begin by understanding the concept of financial independence, which is living a life on your terms without the constant worry of day-to-day expenses. And it provides the flexibility to pursue whatever you like to do. Please reflect on what financial independence means to you. Is it being debt-free or having lots of passive income or a specific amount that you want for early retirement? Reflect on your current lifestyle. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? A very good tip that I received from a mentor was capturing the top 5 happiest days of my life. And that gave me the momentum to build out my vision. Step 2. Now that you've written your vision down, this is the time to start building your foundation. A very practical way is slashing all debt. A good tip is just conquering high interest debt first and then working your way down. Now, the next one is super important. Build your skills. Always continuously learn, because what you can do with these skills, you can start monetizing, side hustling, and earning extra income. Fast track your way to financial independence. Next one is emergency fund. Set aside at least 3 months of expense just in case to cover unexpected expenses. Step number 3, figure out your expenses. The amount of money you would need to live comfortably and not worry about day-to-day expenses. A very practical way of doing this is just tracking your expenses for the last 3 months. Then take the average of those 3 months and that's your average spending. 4, how can you spend less? Now, to realistically earn your way to financial independence, you only have 2 levers. Either you create a lot of passive income and or you lower your expenses. Right now, let's focus on trimming your expenses. Now, with your expense sheet, determine how can you decrease some of your expenses. A good rule of thumb is try to reduce it by 20%. I know, this is super painful. We all like our Starbucks lattes. We all love our fancy haircut. And personally, I love buying clothes. But think about this. How badly do you want financial independence? Think about this. For every $100 saved, you could shave off $30,000 of cash that you need to invest. Or in real estate, a good cash flowing rental property cash flows $100 a month. So for every $100 you shave off, it's the same as purchasing a rental property. So good rule of thumb is try to reduce your savings by 20%. Step 5, figure out your financial independence number. Let's assume you record your vision, you track your expenses, and you found ways to shave off some of those expenses. Now that you have your average monthly expenses, multiply that by 12, and that's your bare minimum annual expenses. Now, there are 2 great rules of thumb for figuring out your financial independence number. You could multiply your annual expenses by 25. That's how much you would need invested to cover your annual expenses. Or you could build enough passive income to cover your annual expenses. If you can reach your financial independence number, work becomes optional. Let's assume your monthly average expenses is $3,000 a month. Multiply that by 12, that's $36,000 a year. But let's not forget about taxes. Let's assume you pay 30% in taxes. So you take your annual expenses divided by 0.7, then you get more than $51,000 or approximately $4,200 per month. That means that your passive income would need to be more than $4,000 per month for you to reach financial independence. Step 6, how will you get there? This is about growing. You will need to save and invest aggressively to reach your FI number. So start investing aggressively in stocks, in ETFs, in rental properties, and encourage you to grow your income. Every paycheck where you get a promotion or you get a bonus, dump that into investments. Even though you're working 9 to 5, you can take on side hustles and earn some extra income. Or you could offer a one-on-one coaching because you have a skill to offer. And number 7, build your safety margin. This is all about protecting your investments. Now that you've grown and invested in so many different assets, stocks, real estate, ETFs, yourself, it's all about protecting it. So, for example, if you have some riskier assets, you might want to transfer that and put it into safer investments. If you have a lot of rental properties, you might want to sell off a few of them to pay down the mortgages of the rest of them so you start reducing your mortgages. This is all about reducing your risks and preserving your wealth. If you have extra income that you're earning through side hustles, continue on doing so. Number 8, this is about enjoying your fruits of labor. Now, you may not have enough passive income to cover all your basic expenses, but if you've done all the hard work to kill your debt, to save aggressively, to invest aggressively, to build a lot of assets like rental property, stocks, etc., start enjoying some of the returns. So that might mean taking a few months off and traveling, enjoying some of the cash flow that you're generating through your dividend stocks or your rental properties or both. Last step is reaching financial independence. Now it'll take some time to get there, but if you are super focused, where you built a vision, you built a plan, you took massive action, you'll eventually get there. Now this step, you want to continue preserving your wealth. So that might mean, again, consolidating your rental properties, selling off a few to pay down the mortgages of your next few, transferring some of your growth stocks and building more dividend stocks so that you generate more and more passive income. It's all about reducing your risk and not so much about getting the best returns because, well, you're at a point where you're financially independent. So why take on bigger and bigger risks? Because at this point in time, it's all about enjoying whatever you want to do in life. And I'm sure you don't want to get bogged down by all your investments. It's about time freedom and ultimately living your best life. Now, for some of you, reaching financial independence might require a much higher number. Now, while you're going through all those steps, please, I encourage you to keep your 9 to 5 job because it'll help you reach your goals a lot faster. And reaching financial independence doesn't mean stop working. If you're able to reach financial independence at a very young age, I suspect that you will continue working. Now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments below. What's your financial independence number? What's your bare minimum annual expenses? Or if you're not there yet, just let me know what expenses you're planning to trim now. Now, if you want more passive income ideas, then you can watch the video right here. But before you click on that button, make sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell notification button if you want to grow your passive income.